established rich coming right back at you. You ever hear somebody say the right thing and then watch them do the exact opposite? That's what this is. This whole situation between 21 Savage and Fivio Foreign. It ain't even really about them. It's about a word that sounds good until you put pressure on it. Growth. See, 21 been going around saying F the streets. And on paper, that sounds powerful. It sounds mature. It sounds like evolution. It sounds like a man who done seen too much. But then somebody challenges him, and the first place he want to go is back to the streets.
Like, Savage is a street. Like, Future, I look at him like he a magnet.
What's making you think that Savage is a street?
Okay, and seriously now, the same when you said. Okay, I think he said that because he loves stuff, honestly. The same thing you've heard about, or well, not heard, maybe you just know. All right, the same thing I've heard about Baby when it comes to within how they get down, same thing I've heard about Savage. Same. Nobody play with him. It ain't like that. You know what I mean? Heard the same thing. That's why.
Future's the biggest.
No, well, musically, yeah, of course. He's a Jay-Z of Atlanta, clearly. Clearly. I think he's gonna drop 2 albums this year.
Cool. Why you think 21 Savage is street?
He's just, bruh, stop it.
Street. Yeah.
The foil nigga, just stop it. Bro.
In Atlanta?
You could only be a street where you from. Like, niggas in Montana don't know if you're a street.
That's not true. It's not true.
Bro,
if you're a certain type of, and your name and your arm is going to be able to stretch to certain different parts of the world.
No, it's
different states.
Savage one of them. Honestly, like I'm not saying on some instigate. I'm saying
you
that
instigator.
No, it's not instigate because it's really. I feel like I've seen enough, and obviously I don't see a lot of shit. This shit I hit, like I could tell. I've never really been around Baby, but everything I've heard about Baby and how he rolling niggas to get down with, I know how they're going, right? Atlanta, I'm club, and this is Savage there.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Niggas is all cap. You understand? Niggas is cap, bro. Trust me. Niggas is all cap. It's all show. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Help you get your streams up. Talking all that tough in that interview. You'll not get this twisted. I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to save the streets. I'm trying to stop all this crazy going on, this unnecessary shit. I'm trying to be a part of the solution, but don't get it twisted for a second. Do not think this straight up. And I ain't even saying no other nigga name. Y'all nigga know what's going on. Shut your little bitch up, nigga. Fivio Foreign, shut your up, nigga. Stop saying my mother name. Don't think cause I'm gonna change that. Man, y'all somewhere, man. Straight up. Walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If you're 35 or older and you've been trying to rap since you was got 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. But this Savage, that Savage, this Savage just slapped the one of y'all niggas in real life. Y'all niggas know this. Stop, man. Don't think, cause Savage on some positive shit. It is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the, nah, this ain't that. Y'all niggas still get y'all whoop. Straight up. Oh, man, nigga old as hell. Poor as a mother. Talking about who a street nigga in another state. How the f you tell a nigga from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no nigga. What the hell? Stick a fork in it, bro. Y'all niggas be gangster as a in Area 59, man. Remote location at, man.
You know, 21 Savage had the streets movement that he kind of has been promoting these last.
I am the streets. I love the streets. I come from the streets. I ain't on that shit. But about that, I ain't just like stop the violence. I ain't been on, you know. Oh no, it's kind of like I think people kind of confused. It ain't got nothing to really do with toting a gun, cause I ain't telling you not tote your gun. But you ain't gotta have your gun and engage in bullshit.
Thinking about that. Like, you would never forget about where you came from. Is that how you see you think people saying, fuck came from?
Man, I got my own color.
I'll slap you. Stop saying my name. Don't get it twisted. I thought we left it. I thought we was growing. I thought we was changing. How you tell the world you done with the streets, but the second your pride get touched, you reach back for the same tool set? That's the part that don't make sense to me. And then here comes Fivio talking about how you can't say F the streets because the streets made you. And bro, that just sounds silly because you the same man who just made a video on New Year's Eve saying you was trying to change your life.
I wanna let y'all know, with the help of my team, my wife, my family, my probation officer, and the people I've been talking to, I'm admitting myself into a rehab center. You know what I'm saying? In the next couple days, for like a week or two, I had to pay $10,000 to get into. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I'm at a point where, you know, I want to change, I want to live, and I want to stop making a lot of dumb decisions and a lot of dumb mistakes that I've been making. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for supporting me throughout the years. And this is something serious. I want y'all to support me, and I want y'all to ride with me through this journey. You know what I'm saying? I got my beautiful lifestyle, and I don't want to lose that for nothing.
You trying to rebrand, you trying to glow, but now you defending the same environment you was claiming you trying to escape. See what's happening here? Both of them are talking about change, but neither one of them is showing it. This is slogan growth, not real growth. Real growth don't need to announce itself. Real growth don't need to say, don't get it twisted. Real growth don't threaten people. Real growth ain't arguing about who is more street. And that's what this turned into. A debate about who is more street from two men who say they trying to leave the streets behind. And the crazy part, 21 saying, if you 35 and over and still trying to rap, don't talk to me about the streets. What? Who you think built the very streets you claim to walk through? Who you think laid the foundation for the mentality you say you tired of? That statement alone sounds ridiculous because the older dudes you disrespecting, they the ones who survived long enough to learn the lesson you just not learning. And Fivio ain't no better because he trying to turn a man's attempt at growth into a street argument. Like saying F the streets is some kind of betrayal. No, it's supposed to be a realization. But a realization ain't real if your behavior don't match your words. And that's what we watching. Two men arguing about the streets while claiming they trying to leave it. And neither one of them sound like they ready. Because when growth is real, you don't have to defend it. You just live it. And this is where the contradiction gets louder. Because what 21 is trying to say ain't wrong. The way he's saying it is. There is nothing wrong with a man looking back at his life and saying, I'm done with that. That's actually the most mature thing you can do. But when you say I'm done with that, you don't get to reach back for it when somebody disrespects you. You can't use the streets as a lesson and a weapon at the same time. It don't work like that. You can't tell young people this life ain't it and then turn around and threaten somebody with the very life you say ain't it. That confuses everybody. And this is why people like Fivio feel comfortable speaking on it. Not because he right, but because the message looks fake. It looks like a branding move. It looked like something that sounds good on camera, but it ain't been internalized yet. And then Fivio comes along defending the streets like they some sacred place, like they something to protect, when the whole point of growing is admitting that the streets ain't nothing to glorify. So now you got two men arguing from two sides of the same broken mindset. One saying I'm done with it, but still ready to use it. The other one saying don't disrespect it, but saying he ready to change. You see the loop? Nobody is really letting go. They just rewording it. And the most dangerous part of this whole thing is the kids watching. Because the kids don't hear the message. They hear the energy. They hear the threats, the ego, the tough talk. And they say, oh, this still the way to handle it. You can't teach peace with a war voice. You can't teach growth with street energy. And that's why this whole thing feels off. Not because they beefing, but because they both are proving they ain't ready to be what they claiming they want to be. Growth don't argue. Growth don't defend itself. Growth don't announce it. Growth just shows up in how you move. And right now, neither one of them is moving like it. And this is where the truth really sits. Not in who right and not in who wrong, but in the fact that both of them are still emotionally connected to the very thing they say they trying to leave. Because when you really outgrow something, you don't argue about it. You don't defend it. You don't threaten anybody with it. You just walk different. And the walk is what tells the story, not the words. 21 can say F the streets 1,000 times. Fivio can say don't disrespect the streets 1,000 times. But both of their behavior is still tied to the same mindset. And that's why this feels so hollow, because real change is quiet. It don't need to be loud. Real change don't need to remind people what you used to be capable of. Real change just happens, and people notice it without saying a word. But when you gotta keep telling us you changing and then proving the opposite in the same breath, it starts to look like a slogan, not a transformation. And that's the lesson hiding in this whole thing. You can't promote growth with street energy. You can't teach peace with violent language. You can't teach evolution and still move like the old you. And that's why this whole situation feels like two men standing in the same place, just using different words. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.